Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Coleman. You guys already know what to do. So before we even start, I need you guys to like, subscribe, share, do it all. Send out to everybody, let them know that we are here for episode number 2. This is the second episode, and I am excited. I want to first say thank you guys for the support for the start of this podcast, Conversations with Coleman. We're just going to get right into it. I have my second guest with me today. So my second guest, I met her about 3 years ago at this event here in Little Rock, which I'll talk more about later. And did not know that she's one of the artists here in Arkansas that's always on the scene. I heard her sing one time and I was like, yeah, who is she? Go on and introduce me to her. Yeah. And I asked her to be a part, and she is here today. Help me welcome none other than the songbird herself, Crissy P. Building. How are you, sister?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Coleman?
I'm doing good. Listen, so like I said, we met about 3 years ago at the Peace Lily Honors.
Yes.
Shout out to Janine Perez for the Peace Lily Honors. I did not know Janine. I mean, and I also did not know Crissy P either. And
look at
Crissy
Janine P connecting the dots.
Crissy P got up there. Let me tell you something. Crissy P got up there.
What did I sing the first year?
I don't remember what you sang the first year. I better remember the second year. Okay? I don't remember the second year.
I know what you did. You did Jesus is the Rock the first year, baby. Because I yes, sir, Doc. I think I was on the side, and I don't know if it was I think it might have been the rehearsal time because it wasn't the actual thing.
I think it was sound check.
Yeah, we was sound checking and doing like a little run through, and I was on the side trying to have a conversation on the phone. I said, hold on. Listen, okay, coming from the back to the front.
Listen. And ever since then, we've been connected.
Yes, for sure.
We're going to jump right into it with Crissy P. Where are you from, Crissy?
I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama. So I'm an Army brat.
Okay.
I'm an Army brat. I was born in Fort Hood, Texas, actually. But we moved everywhere. I've lived in Europe as a little kid. I've lived in Tuscaloosa on my dad's side of the family. I've lived in Birmingham, but mostly it's just Alabama. That's where I'm from.
Okay, so you were born in Texas.
Born in Texas,
but you actually raised in Alabama. So was it like military type thing that had you guys moving?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My dad when he was stationed different places, and then he went into the reserve. And then after that, when he went into the reserve, we just kept moving around because we moved to Tuscaloosa, where his side of the family is. Then we moved back to Birmingham, where my mom's side was. So
I got you. So what got you to Arkansas?
Right. So in 2007, I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
And Paul Persons, yes.
Okay.
Lord, I'm messing up the man's name. Scratch that. He was a recruiting officer at Philander Smith, and he came and set up a table outside of our cafeteria, one lunch schedule, and the rest is history. He was like, I had like a senior jacket on, and it had like a nickname on it. He called me by my nickname, and I turned around. He was like, what's your GPA? What's your ACT scores? All this other stuff and stuff
all
like
the questions
that.
you normally ask for high school.
Yeah, and so I told him, and he was like, I can get you a scholarship to Philander Smith. And I was like, where's Philander Smith? I ain't never heard of Philander Smith. And he told me about Philander, and I did some research, and I knew that I wanted to go out of state.
Okay.
I told him I was a singer, and I wanted to do voice. I wanted to major in vocal performance. And he was like, well, our choir sang at the Clinton inauguration. And I was like, whoa, that blew my mind,
Okay,
and so, so that is what drew me to Arkansas.
So basically you had a scholarship for Arkansas. So were you singing a lot in Alabama back home?
I was singing in like what I do now. No, I was singing like at school and at church. So I was singing a lot at church. Our church would go and do all these afternoon programs and anniversary programs, all the things and things. And then I would sing in concert choir at school. So I was always singing at school and at church.
So was the concert choir like the choral, like the not like the opera type singing, but like the choral?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So almost like collegiate choir, but it was just it was called concert choir in high school.
Got
So,
you.
mhm.
And then you did the concert choir. You also was doing church. Were you like a choir director or anything at your church, or you just like one of the singers in the choir?
So no, my sister was the choir director.
Oh, that's
But
interesting.
yeah. So my sister was the one who's the choir director, and I was just like, I won't say I was a section leader in the alto section, but I just sang alto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sister was the choir director.
Yes.
And then other sister is the singer.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, but she's a singer too, though. Like that's
Okay.
so I started singing because everything I started doing because my big sister, like she would
Okay.
do it, and so I would want to do it. Like Sophie wanted to do hairs and do nails. I tried to do hair and nails, but I just
It didn't work out.
I know how to do hair and I know how to do my nails, but I didn't learn to the extent that she did.
Okay.
But I can do my own hair.
I got you.
don't know if you saw my post, but it's ghetto. I don't like to do all my. Listen, that's why this on my head now, because I don't want to do my own hair. It's
You like
ghetto.
to do. So when you came from Alabama to Arkansas, did you join the Philander Smith? Did they? I know they had a choir at that time.
Yes, they did.
So
They still did.
did you join that choir? Like,
I
was the
did.
scholarship under that choir at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was a Thomas Mason scholar. So that was like a partial scholarship. It wasn't full, but it was like a partial. It paid quite a bit. But then when I got there, I auditioned for choir, and after I auditioned for choir, I got the choir scholarship. So that took up the rest of,
I got you.
Mhm.
This is interesting. We about to get to this because it's not many times you hear about people leaving their home, coming to Arkansas, and then you see them to the capacity to where you are now.
Right. Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
it's like levels to this.
Yeah.
So you were born in Texas. You were raised in Alabama. In Alabama, around your senior year, you end up getting offered a scholarship to Philander Smith. You come to Arkansas. When you came to Arkansas, what was your experience like starting out? Like your first time away from home?
My
Like,
first time away from home.
Yeah.
So
What was that like for you?
We made it on campus. I can remember getting on campus and getting to my dorm, getting settled in. My parents helped me move in, and we got the room clean. And baby, listen, when we was walking down the hall, I had a friend. Her name was Puvi. She's African. She's Namibian.
Okay.
And her whole family was in there, baby. When I said you could smell the bleach coming out, I said, Mom, we got to do like them. Because they was, listen, the rooms were clean, but baby, no, they was, it wasn't to their standards.
And
no.
she was Namibian?
Baby, Namibian.
Namibian.
Yeah,
I
so.
thought she said amphibian. I didn't know. But she said
Namibian.
Namibian. So is that like a type of
Yeah, so like Ghana or Nigerians,
okay.
Namibian. So that's what she is. Why did you say amphibian? Please, Ira, cut that. Lord have mercy.
Because okay, so so she was probably like one of the first people that you kind of
Yes.
interacted with on campus.
Yeah.
So was she like your roommate?
She wasn't my roommate, but she
Okay.
was like a few doors down from me. And so I was like, ooh, they cleaning real good. Mama, we need to clean like them. And so we finally got my room clean, got me situated. And I remember them leaving. And that's when it really like set in. I'm on my own.
You're on your own.
I knew I wanted to like fly the coop or like spread my wings because I've always been surrounded by my family.
Okay.
But I knew I wanted to start a journey that was truly my own. I wanted to kind of like see if I could just grow up just a little bit. And so now looking back on it, I was like, dang girl, you was fearless. Like people don't do that. Like
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what I'm saying. Like
go
there's
somewhere,
levels to this thing.
Like go somewhere with no family. Like I have no blood kin here. And so
wow.
yeah, so that was, I don't know. It was the Holy Ghost. It was the Lord with me because, you hear horror stories about people leaving home and terrible things happening. But God, man, we not finna do this, okay? Okay? That's why I got my glasses on. But God really had his hand in the mix because I know so many who have left home, so many stories people have gone off to do whatever, grow up to do, start an adventure or a different chapter and are never heard from again.
That's true.
And I have always kind of been like a free spirit and I have learned to kind of like monitor that, like control that because in the wrong, if I, express that in the wrong environment, somebody can take advantage of that. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
Somebody can really just take me up out of here. And so
No, that's true.
I'm so glad that God kept his arms of protection around me when I first left. And so they were leaving, get in the car, and we were all crying that first night when they dropped me off. They was like, okay, Crissy. Well, it wasn't the first night because they stayed a few days. They had a hotel room. So after because the La Quinta, it was still open at the time.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And that's where they were staying. And I was on campus. They helped me get moved in. And the last day before we started orientation, yeah, we all cried. It was real. It was real then, and it was so funny. So when I got here, like I've always been a social butterfly. I've always been a people person, and so when I would tell people where I'm from and they would hear me talk, like I guess you can kind of hear it in my accent a little bit, but not too much. But
it's not strong.
It's not like what your typical Alabama person like. So everybody, like, you from Alabama? Like I guess people thought I was from Memphis or something. I don't know. They thought I was from the South, but not from Alabama because they was expecting me to sound like this and talk like this. And so it was a part of our freshman orientation. All the freshmen would get up and introduce themselves in front of the class, in front of the entire freshman student body. And so when it came to me, I got up to the mic and I said, "Hello, my name is Krishandra Pullum, and I'm a Southern Belle from Birmingham, Alabama." And they was like, and it's because that's what everybody thought I was supposed to sound like. And so people who hadn't physically like met me yet, they thought that's how I talked until they came up to me and was like, "You from Alabama?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Alabama." They go, "Oh, wait, what happened to the accent?" Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not like everybody doesn't have that accent.
Roll Tide, Alabama all the way. Like, it's still Roll Tide. Don't forget
It's
it.
still- yes, it's still Roll Tide.
It's still Roll Tide, but it's not like that. So,
Right.
yeah, but.
That's so. Once you got to Arkansas, you was around what? Like, how old were you at the time?
I think I was like 18.
18.
Yeah.
18. So what what kept you here after school? Like after you finished school, like what kept you here in Arkansas?
So everybody asked that question. Why did you stay? Why you stay here? Why you didn't go back to Alabama? Why you didn't go back to Birmingham? Little Rock is so much like Birmingham to me. Like,
I can see that because I've been to Birmingham a few times.
And so like it has its moments where it's like boom, 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 it's popping. It's really like the city has got a lot going on. It's bustling, and then it has its moments where it slows down. Like I don't think I went on a family reunion trip one year to New York, and I knew then that I did not like it. Stank. It stank in New York. I don't know.
I've never been, so y'all telling me
stuff. Let me tell you something. I've been to New York, and the part we went to, I don't know. I think we was in Manhattan. I don't know, but the part of New York that it was stinking, and they ain't got no trees, so they ain't got
city.
They ain't got no branches, no leaves to help suck up some of that stank. So you know what I'm saying? It's just stinking.
They call it the Big Apple for a reason.
Man, it's the big stinking apple. Because they don't have dumpsters.
Right.
I realized that's what it was. They don't have dumpsters. They just put the trash on the streets. And the people come and get the trash. They don't have like a thing to contain it. So that stinking trash is just out killing the air and your nostrils at the same time.
So I think more so, because Birmingham and Little Rock is the same, you're more of like a country style.
I am.
So you're not like really big on the city. You're like big, like it's more like I grew up countryside. Arkansas kind of gives me a feel of home.
Yeah.
So that's what's kind of kept you.
Yeah.
So,
and then it's big on football, they do. It's a big
we
football.
Love football
we
down
love
here.
football here. We love football
we
there.
Love any
and
kind
so
of sports.
It feels the same to me. Like,
yeah.
And people, for the most part, like you know how you have areas just like you have areas in Arkansas. You don't really, if you look like us, you don't go there.
Right.
It's same in Alabama. It
True.
really is like home. There are, for the most part, people are genuinely like courteous or nice. Like everybody ain't nice, but you know what I'm saying? People are polite here, and they're polite back home. You get some people who got bad attitudes, but for the most part, it's polite. Like you speak to somebody and you walk past, they might give you a head nod and speak back. That's what it feels like back home. So that's why it was easy to make that adjustment to me.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Now, back home, what church were you feeling like? Was it Baptist, missionary Baptist, Cody?
Missionary Baptist.
Missionary Baptist.
Yeah.
I grew up missionary Baptist too. So I understand missionary Baptist. And then missionary Baptist, and then coming down to Arkansas, where it's like, are they more like is it more Methodist or is it more
So Philander is a Methodist school.
okay?
But I never felt like Philander was traditional Methodist
I got you.
because it's on a college campus, so it's a melting pot, right? So when you get college students to attend the church, which Reverend Rodney Miller, he has done a successful job since I've been there.
Amazing job.
Like he always makes sure he brings the student body into the fold.
He
like
does.
each generation, each year, each class, he's bringing in more students to the fold. Like he just has that gift. He can connect to the student body. He's gifted.
Right.
I think that's why he's still in his station there.
It most definitely is.
Because a lot of times they turnover rate. They have, those chaplains and stuff they turn
They
them
do.
over. But he has a gift, a true ministry with connecting to the students. I believe that.
Oh yeah,
for
most
sure.
definitely. Shout out to Pastor Ronnie Miller.
Yeah, that's my
Shout out to-
pastor. Love you,
shout out
pastor.
to Pastor
See,
Ronnie.
I told you I love you.
Yeah, he's good people.
For
He
sure.
is.
You know him, yeah.
So singing there at home in a missionary Baptist, then coming here singing probably like different style of music. Was that adjustment different for you? Like, was it like, oh, okay, this is a little different? Like, I know missionary Baptist, you got to sing kind of. Well, it's gonna be real. You got to sing kind of hard. We got to squall, sweat, roll in the flow. Everything else for y'all to stand up and clap your hands and wave your hand and tell God thank you for keeping you and all that stuff. And
That's
so,
about the same at the Methodist. They
Really?
that's about the same.
because I know I went to because my family is my dad's side is AME, but I've been to a Methodist church where it doesn't really take a lot. So like, is it like a different type of culture change for you when you came, or like was everything like okay, I can kind of adjust to this?
Because like I said, it's such a melting pot. You got Church of God in Christ, you got Pentecost,
Yeah.
you got all these different people who come from all these different backgrounds coming to worship in one central location. The influences are from everything.
Okay.
And so my biggest adjustment, because we do hymns back home too, but we kind of do the same
Yeah.
hymns. But I had to learn some new hymns at the Methodist church. And some of them new hymns that I learned, they some of my favorites now. Like, and I think I did this one year at the Peace Lily. Jesus, Jesus,
You did.
Jesus, there is something about that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites now. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And so,
That's one that'll get in the house every time. If you need
yeah,
it.
now listen. And so I didn't learn that hymn growing up. But when I called back to my granny, my sweet granny, when I called back to tell her about the hymn, she said, "Oh, yeah, that's a good one, baby. We don't sing that one like we used to, but yeah, that's a good one."
Because we got away from them.
Yeah.
We have gotten away from the hymns.
Yeah.
We've gotten away from the foundation of the church. Everything is changing now.
Yeah, yeah. But see, now because when the church I came from, it was one of them little churches by the railroad tracks.
Okay.
We used to do devotion, and devotion
Yes.
was hymns. And so you know how now we go into, like you said, praise and worship.
Yeah.
But I went
It's
home.
evolved.
Yeah. I went home recently, and they still doing devotion. They still
My home
do
church
it.
still does it too. They'll have the two deacons sit down at the table. And they'll start off with, "I love the Lord. He heard my cry."
Damn.
And pity.
Them hymns, not them hymns. They're the ones.
And the whole church was saying.
Exactly.
They call him Dr. Watts.
Doc Watts.
That's what they
hymns.
call him,
Yes.
Dr. Watts.
Yes.
So yeah, I can understand because the church I grew up in is kind of by the railroad. Like you cross the railroad and then the church is right
I'm
there
telling you.
around the highway.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get it. I
Look at
understand. I can understand that.
Yes, for sure.
So growing up in church, you were singing church, like you said, and your sister was the choir director.
Mm-hmm.
Then you left home because you had a full scholarship
Mm-hmm.
to Philander Smith. So you came down here, started school. Where in the world did you get your start in the arena that you're in now?
Okay. So that question. So I used to, so I being at Philander singing,
Okay.
we would go, doing all these other things. I think, Tawana's a Philanderian.
Tawana
Campbell.
Campbell.
Tawana Campbell
Yeah.
Berry, yes. And so she I think she started at UCA, but I think she ended up finishing at Philander.
Okay.
And so Vernon Harris. I know you know Vernon
Yep,
Harris.
I know Vernon.
Vernon was coming back to assist with the choir when I was in choir.
Okay.
Back at Philander.
Okay.
He would come and help because Carlos Chappell was the choir director and vocal, teacher there. So him and Carlos went to school together.
Okay.
And so he asked Vernon to come in and assist with the choir. So I met Vernon, became really good friends with Vernon.
Okay.
And another individual named Ty Liggins. Her name is Ty Liggins Ackland now.
Yep, I know Ty.
You know Ty. So it was me and Ty and Vernon. We were I'm talking about we were like this in school.
You saw one, you saw the other.
That's what I'm talking about. And so we would be cracking up. We was always singing together.
Okay.
And so Ty and Vernon, of course, Ty is cousins with Tawana.
Okay.
And so, and Vernon is friends with Tawana.
Right.
So Tawana would be doing a show. They were like, Crissy, you want to go see? When I finally came of age, I think I was old enough to go because I was
18 ain't good enough nowadays.
Well, like 21.
Oh, you got to be 21
and stuff like that. So
y'all
I might
can
have
tell
been.
I don't go.
I might have.
I don't be knowing. I
All
don't be knowing.
right. Praise the Lord.
I don't be knowing. I'm glad I asked.
Oh Lord.
So you have to be 21.
So I don't like to get into the bars and be drinking and stuff, but I was at least 20 before I started. I can't remember what age, but anyway, so I think Tawana had a show, and I can't remember if it was Tawana. It might have been Tammy J. Actually, I don't know if you know Tammy J.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so.
She was in that grouping too with Tawana and Jerron and Nikki and and Bijou, all the divas, Dee.
Right.
And so Tammy J, I think the first show I sang background on with them was Tammy J's show.
Oh, you started as a background singer.
I started as a background
singer. Y'all,
singer.
this about to get good. This about to get good.
Yeah, so I started as a background singer for Tammy J. She had a show at CNC's. It used to be what Twi is now.
Okay, I think. What is it? Is that the one?
Twi. It's on Asher.
Okay, Asher.
So not Taboo, but Twi. So Taboo used to be Elevations.
Oh, they done switched the.
Yeah,
oh,
so it was Elevations.
Okay.
Oh Lord. So Elevations turned to Envy, turned to Taboo, and then CNC turned to Twi, and it's been Twi. As far as I know, it's been Twi ever since. But before it was Twi, it was CNC. And so we did a show down there, and it was so funny. I wish Keith had sent me the video. He found it. He found a video of me singing BGVs for her at that show.
And you sing BGVs for?
Tammy J.
Tammy J. So you started off as a background singer.
Mm-hmm. I started off as a background singer. And then from that show, I started singing background for Tawana. And then somewhere along the line, I ended up singing background for Dee Dee.
Okay.
That same group, me, Vernon, and Ty,
Yeah.
we sang background for Dee Dee. And I met formally Nikki Parrish at Dee Dee's first Evolution show, like the Evolution of Dee Dee Jones. That was at Shooters. And I remember like formally meeting Nikki Parrish. I knew who she was. And I didn't realize she knew me.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she knew of me or whatever, but she knew me. She was like, she came up to me, she said, "What are you doing?" She said, "It's time for you to
come to the front."
And I was like,
this better be good.
And so she said it, and then I had another friend, Keith Savage. He was like, "Yeah, what you waiting on? Like, it's time for you to." He said, y'all.
So were you ever hesitant because you were so used to doing church music that you were thinking, like, did you ever have the thought of people going to think something different?
I did. That was one decision. Okay. And then the second thing was that I just, because like I didn't know anybody but who I knew, right? And so I wasn't just asking like, "Ooh, put me out there." Yeah. I was waiting to be asked. Okay. And not in a sense like like thirsty, like look at me peacocking.
Right.
But I was genuinely having fun in the background.
In the background.
And I was enjoying what I was doing in the background. I wasn't trying to outshine any of those artists. I never was trying to take over their show. I was only trying to add and have fun with my friend, well, my two homies. You know what I'm saying? So the three of us, we were jamming. If they gave us a shine moment, we would have fun and jam out in the shine moment. But I was never trying to step on Dee, Tawana, Tammy J, Nick, none of them ladies, because they were divas.
Your turn.
Exactly.
Where this camera at?
Ooh,
Let me tell y'all
look
something.
into the camera. Look into the light.
I want y'all to understand what she's saying in her story. She started off as a background singer. She never once pushed herself to the front.
Ooh.
She waited her time. She didn't say, hey, put me out there. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I think, no. She waited till it was her time.
Mm-hmm.
She helped others
Yeah.
get to where they are. And then when it was her time, you see where she's at now.
And this is like,
That's something that we have a problem with.
Keenan, man, let me tell you, this is something that is like, I think this is the first time it's being voiced even in this manner, but that's literally what happened. Like, the Bible says your gifts will make room for you.
I'm about to run.
Listen. Woo! Okay. Because I never was trying to just be like, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
I just genuinely was living in the moment, having fun with my friends, singing, trying to make sure we had because background vocals are so important, man. And
they are very important.
Listen, they help the singer, they help the front person do what they need to do. When you got people locked in doing it the right way in the back, you can do whatever you want in the front.
And the thing about it is, when you're singing background, you're actually getting exposed to other platforms before you even get out there on your own.
Exactly.
So it's like the people who are singing out front, like Tawanda, Nikki, Dee, Tammy J, they were actually giving you guys a platform before you even got out there on your
Absolutely.
own. So it's kind of like you're doing background for me, and that's cool. But at the same time, you're also getting the exposure as well before you step out front.
Because opportunities will come. Like, don't rush certain things like this. And so I sang when people, when people say, are you available for this day? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, sure, yeah. And then an opportunity opened itself. Somebody extended a hand and said, hey, I have this coming up. I want to feature you on this. I got that 2 times. Keith Savage featured me. Keith Savage within the On Call band.
Yeah.
They was doing stuff. They had stuff. So they featured me as a solo artist with their band. And then TP in the Field, they used to be a band that was Tico Brooks and Philip Mouton and Quincy Watson and some other guys. I think Josh was in that group too at one point. Josh Starks, he was just here last night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they had a band, and when the Afterthought was open, they featured me, so it was stuff going on. Now it might not be as many things going on as it was in, because they had like a live music jam session.
Oh, let me tell you, the music scene here, which we're going to get into as well, it's died down in Arkansas
for sure
from what it used to be.
For sure.
It's and we talked about that in the first episode with Dee. It's died down to the point. It's kind of like, what do we need to do to change this? Like, what has happened? Like, do you think there is a thing where it's a competition between each other in Arkansas, or like, what do you like from your perspective? What do you think is the issue?
My honest perspective, I think great minds think alike.
Okay.
I think that a lot of Arkansas artists are great.
They are. We have a lot of talent in Arkansas.
A lot. I mean, a surplus amount of talent.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe that something like I can have an idea. And I may not even speak, because sometimes you got to be careful what you
have to be careful who you tell it to.
Yeah. But it has been times where I have not told anybody what I wanted to do. And because I waited and I held on to it so long, somebody else popped up
God
and
gave
did
it to
it.
somebody.
God
I
gave it to
just
somebody
shared
else.
something about that where I had a friend. He was like, God told him to do a conference and he didn't do it. And then this thing, he got on social media and somebody else doing the same exact conference, the same exact name,
the same
thing.
thing. So I believe that that's a real thing. Like I said, I think that's one issue. Great minds think alike. But I also think that we all want to everybody trying to eat up the market.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get. So like for Thanksgiving, it was like 8 different things going on.
Really?
On a 7-day week.
Like that whole week or just that day?
It was 8 different events happening on a 7-day week.
So that week.
I got you see what I'm saying? It was so many events. And I'm like.
And it's like, why have so many when we can all come together on one?
For sure. That and also like if it's all catering to the same demographic.
Why can't we all?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only but so much that the patron is going to be able to support. You don't want to spread
your crowd out.
That's what I'm saying. The patron is only, like, the people who comes to support it, they still got to have Thanksgiving. Everybody still got to have their Thanksgiving at the end of the day. Everybody still got to, do whatever they're going to do with their family time. And then people want to do certain things. That's right. I think if we could just spread some of what, and not like everybody just run to the holiday or the big thing or the big whatever. If we can spread some of this out, it would not, our audience wouldn't get fatigued.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's almost like palate fatigue when you eat too much of something and your palate get wore out. You know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying, yeah.
And so I think that happens a lot in our market. Like they get palate fatigue on so much of us. They like, it's just so much to do. And instead of making a decision saying, okay, I'm gonna go to this, I ain't going to nothing. I'm just gonna stay in my house and rub my feet together. And that's what people end up doing.
And I think also the other thing is we got to get back to the place to where, and I think Fantasia says it all the time at her concerts. If you're going out spending your hard-earned money on these concerts, enjoy yourself. Stop trying to feel from everybody else. You had to pay to get in. You trying to show it to for free for the other people. No. If they wanted to come, they would pay their money to come to the event.
You right.
So I think another thing is like technology is a good thing, but it's also been like a kind of hectic thing in the music industry, in all industries really. But I like what you said about the background. Like you start off background and then lead. I want to get into a topic, and I know people, it's gonna be touchy. I want to talk about this thing to where, were you one of the background singers to where you went to events? Did you always get a payment all the time when you were starting doing these shows, or did you start off okay, I'm not getting paid for this one, but I'm starting to get paid? Like, was it like a level to it, or like was it always like this is what I what I need?
Oh no. So I think. For each one of those artists, I remember getting paid. Now it wasn't like a massive lump sum.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I didn't start getting into the point where I was doing free or favor stuff,
right? Until
after I knew these people. Like when they didn't know me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They paid me,
right?
But so like. If I go to a show and Tawana is singing or Dee Dee is singing or Nikki is singing and they need BGVs and I'm by the stage or something, you know what I'm saying? If that's what it is, I'll go up there and sing because they my friends. You see what I'm saying? But no, I didn't.
Because I mean, you were just starting out, like you were new to the area as well.
Yeah. And for sure. I also think that budget, like music budgets, have grown
tremendously.
Because you used to get I'm talking about you used to get chicken, fish, rolls, fries, okra, light bread, and a pop. All that for $10.
Now you got to pay 25.
Baby, you can barely get fish and okra for $10. Now,
no, it's gonna cost you about a good
no bread, no water.
You're gonna have to pay extra for it.
Baby,
it's like if you want a drink, it's $2
you used
extra.
To get all the fixings and trimmings.
Yeah.
For a small dollar amount. And now that small dollar amount can barely pay one individual in the budget. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But rightfully so. I think people, because I think people did not understand, because people want you to work all night. And people were, I'm saying people, I'm not putting a name on it, but it is people out there that want you to do a lot for $1. That's all I'm saying. They want you to sing and work and do all night long.
I got you. I'm following.
And that's the front. I mean, so if you not, this is my thing. I rarely ask people to do stuff for me for free. Now, the only people that will do things for me for free is them two I mentioned in the beginning.
Right.
And there's a few others, but them I'm talking about singing background.
I got you. Yeah, I'm following you.
Singing background, them two I mentioned in the beginning.
Right.
But I try to hustle in the tips. I try to, anywhere I can hustle to get them something. Right. Even if it's at a later date, because they don't have to, you know what I'm saying?
They don't have to. They don't have because to. They do.
And let me tell you something. That Taisha, she is so meticulous. Her musical ear.
You got some people that just got it.
Man.
You got some people that just got it.
She hears stuff you ain't even listening for. I be like, girl, how you hear that? She said, you ain't here to turn it up. Look. Like, you know how you have to take like stuff out the track in order to hear it?
Right.
Like, it's there, but it's not so present to where it's like jumping out at you.
I got you.
It's stuff where like we just recently did some stuff at St. Mark. We had to sing at St. Mark. Corey Harris, he invited us to sing for their Christmas worship service.
Okay.
This past Sunday. And so it was one of the songs we was learning. And she said, "We not doing that?" I said, "What you talking about?" She said, "Bum, bum, 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 bum." I said, where you hear that?
It's like little small things she can hear.
I'm telling you, it was like, it was so far in the background. When I played, I'm playing for you later, let you hear. She's like, how she hear that? I'm telling you, Corey took everything out, the instrumentation, the lead vocals, everything. And then that's when I heard it. But she heard it with everything in there. Her ear is so, man.
So what would you say to that artist or that singer that's a background singer and they feel like they're ready for the front line? They feel like they're ready for the front line, but they haven't had that opportunity yet. What would you say to them?
I would say, how are you, whether it's in church or in
right.
So whether it's sacred or secular.
Either one.
I would say you need to position yourself in the correct environment. So a singer,
mm-hmm.
they can, like Nikki is like, position yourself around singers, right? Not somebody who is just me, but
right.
like who loves the art of music, right?
Right.
And not just trying to forward themselves, even though because they may be gifted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they may be doing.
We have some that are gifted.
You have some who are gifted, but who are self-centered and can't see that. But make sure you're around people who can see what you got going on, who can see the greatness in you, and not because you peacocking, but because you genuinely love what you do.
Right.
Because Nikki is one of them people. Tawana is one. Dee Dee's one of the people. These are people. You surround yourself around the people, and they'll see you, and they be like, "Are you interested?" They will ask. I'm telling you. I have seen singers like a person who I would love to see come out and do some stuff. Is Taylor. I can't remember her last name. Now, she just announced she was pregnant.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, because Taylor was on my album.
Yeah, listen, I love Taylor.
Yeah,
I love her voice. Let me tell you something. So we were talking, I don't know, I don't know if you know, but you might know, but I did like, I was doing the Dorothy thing with the DBI, Drummer Boy Infinity, when we was doing the Wiz, when we was doing
the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, so we were doing kind of like a play on the soundtrack for the Wiz.
Okay.
And we were getting to the point where it's like, okay, how can we refresh this? Let's recast it. Let's kind of like let's pass the torch. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
If we are going to revisit it, let's pass the torch.
Basically, just give somebody else a chance.
Yeah. Like because we've been running this thing for years now. I think we've been running that since 2016. That's almost 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we try to do it at least once a year, like around either Juneteenth or Black History Month.
Okay.
And so we don't do it every year, but we try to do it at least once on those times. So sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. Especially since when the pandemic hit, it kind of made some stuff a little funny. So
it definitely
we didn't
did.
Yeah. But God bless you. I was saying, if I had a choice to pick a Dorothy, I would pick her.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor is amazing. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Taylor.
I think I first heard her in the background. We were doing Michael Jackson tribute show with DBI. And she was singing BGVs. I think she was singing top. Yeah, she was singing top.
Yes.
And
She's a strong soprano.
Oh my God. I said, who is that?
Right.
It was her, I think CeCe, and Michael Dwayne.
Yeah.
So it was the three of them, and she had to do like I Want You Back. And that was Baby Mike. So it was real high. And she was up there. I said, who is that? And I asked I said, Mike, who is that? And so I think I end up, that's how we end up connecting. I said, girl, you are so good. I said.
And see, it's opportunities in doors like that where you just never know who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's watching and like who's in the rooms that you're in.
For sure.
That can give you an opportunity.
Absolutely. And so if I had an opportunity to showcase, a new set of ladies, she would be in one of them.
I got you.
She would be in that set because I think she is one of those slept on gems.
Yeah.
And she is so good.
We have a few slept on gems in Arkansas.
A few. Like I say, it's a surplus of talent here. And so I'm just like, I would love to see her. Yeah. And so it was so funny. I saw some comments. Everybody like, they excited about this baby. It's going to be a singing baby. It's going to be a singing baby. Okay. I'm excited. I love her for sure.
So the transition from church over to the arena, the secular arena where you are now, what did your family say when you were like doing the transition from church to like did they think anything? Like did they have second thoughts? Or because I know with that, a lot of people grow up in church and they kind of do secular, and it's like people, like the families have second thoughts or the pastors have second thoughts. Was anything like that for you?
No, I think my folks, I was always into the arts. So I was always into, I did concert choir, I did drama, I did.
You was already into the arts.
I was already into those things. I sang, did all city, concerts and stuff like that. I did all the things. And so I did stage plays in the summertime, like when I was in high school, every summer I did this this acting crew troupe. They were called JCCEO Yes Ambassadors.
Okay.
And so every summer we would get together, we would put on a play, and we would do acting, singing, and dancing, all the three things.
Okay.
And so I was always a part of stuff like that. So my folks always knew I wanted to do
different
something.
things.
They always knew I was like an artsy person. So it did not surprise them at all.
Have they ever been to one of your shows?
Yes,
Yeah,
they've been to my birthday shows. It's so funny. Like they don't too much, like when sometimes I get to cuss and they be like, okay, all right. Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. So they're like, okay, now down some of that back. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Now,
okay.
let me tell y'all, Crissy P does do secular, but she also do gospel as well.
I do.
That's how I actually met her.
For sure.
Through Peace Lily. She did a song recently called Call on the Lord, and I took it back to Pine Bluff.
I
did. Let me tell you something. Them folks love that Call on the
now,
Lord.
I'm telling you, I said, listen, woo! I was watching, I said, woo! Yeah! Call out! Yes, sir.
So she also. So do you serve at a church anywhere here in Arkansas?
Yes, so I serve at Duncan United Methodist.
Where is that?
So it's the sister church to Wesley. You know, Wesley Chapel. So Wesley Chapel is on Philander's campus.
Right.
Right. And Duncan is like the sister church. So it was.
Is it on the campus too?
It's not on the campus.
It's not on the campus.
It's down the street and around the corner.
Sorry, Duncan. I didn't know.
It's some big Baptist church. I can't think of the name of it, but it's right there on Roosevelt and Main Street.
Okay.
It's
But you just served, like, you're not like the choir director or minister of music or anything there.
No, so it's a really small church. It's me, it's Fernandez on keys, and then we got a drummer.
Okay.
So it's just a three of us.
Wait, you're the only singer?
That's it.
Like, there's no.
That's it.
This is getting gooder and gooder. Wait a minute. Okay, so how do you handle the compact? Because with any kind of church setting, with you being the only singer, you're in charge of like the music. So you're like in charge of actually handling the atmosphere before the word goes forth. How do you handle that responsibility by yourself without having like a full team of singers? Like now, of course, the musicians are going to assist with you, but without having the singers, what's their responsibility like?
Well, honestly, I could do a better job of consecrating myself.
Oh, I do.
And then now I could do a better job of consecrating myself, but on the times when I do, it's a flow. Like so I'm in tune with the service, what's going on. Like, cause people. So how we operate, you know, we get up and we get joys and concerns.
Right.
People give their praise reports or their prayer requests. And so I'm aligned with that. And then whatever the scripture is, because most time we get the scripture beforehand. So if we get if I can get the scripture beforehand, I know how to center myself around that. And so I'll sing a full choir song by myself and turn it into a solo.
You can make it work.
You can do it.
You can make things work like that.
But and then sometimes if it's familiar enough, or if it's like one of them traditional, baby, I said they love calling on the Lord at Duncan. That's they jam.
They love it,
baby. Anytime you get to calling on the name of Jesus, now it's
happens.
gonna go up. Like we going up.
But I think now church music is kind of evolving back to that traditional sound. Like we do the praise and worship, and praise and worship is good, but we're evolving back to that traditional sound. Like the choirs, we're starting to get the choirs more involved now. It's not just the praise teams.
Yes.
So it's definitely evolving. But I just always wondered, like, okay, if you ain't got no team, it's just you. That's like a lot of responsibility.
It is.
For just one person.
It is. It's heavy. But I mean, between me and Fernandez, like the guy on keys.
So how long have you been singing over there at Duncan? Oh, it's been a while.
Because
has it been since you came to Arkansas, or
not exactly since I came to Arkansas, but it's been a few. I got to count it up. I got to count up the calls. I
understand. So you've been there for a while.
Yes, because I started out singing at Wesley, and then Wesley, we would do. I went from Wesley to doing 8 o'clock service. So because Wesley's service is at 10:45.
Okay.
And then whatever year I started doing 8 o'clock, I started doing 8, 9, and 10. I got to go back and count it.
And then you went to school like the next day. So you did 3 services.
Yeah, we would do 3, and we did 3 services for years.
You had
and then
classes.
The pandemic hit.
I got you. I'm following now.
After the pandemic hit, I kind of cut back those 2 services because it just ended. Because by then, I was full on singing, you know, around town and stuff. And so it would be times where I would need Sunday to kind of get some rest just from doing I was still working. I still work a full-time job during the week. I'm not a full-time musician. So, and then I'll go back to the full-time musician. I go back because it's a point I want to make on that. But
please do.
I was working full time at my job. I was at Target, then I moved to banking, and that was so all during the day from 8 to 6. I'm at work, and then after that, if I have rehearsals or whatever, and so I was still trying to do all going to rehearsal in the middle of the week, and then sometimes choir rehearsal would run sometimes till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then, have a rehearsal for a gig or whatever, and then gigging on Friday and Saturday, and then getting up early in the morning, and doing 3 services. I was like,
Oh wow.
I got to cut something. I
So
hate
where's your balance between work, what you do on the weekends with the secular arena, and then church? How do you find the balance to just have Crissy time? Like, where's the balance at to where you can
when
just
I
say,
can
I can
take
just relax?
when I can take time to just shut down, I do that because I get so I can so I have two. I ain't gonna say 2 settings. I have a few settings,
Mm-hmm.
but in that like overwhelmed area,
Yeah.
I have 2 settings. I can be at a point where I'm overwhelmed and I can press through, or it could be one extra thing added on and I've shut down
Ooh.
and I lose it. Cause sometimes I can get, if I'm like, ooh, I got a lot going on. Ooh, I got a lot going on. And I'm getting to the point where I'm overwhelmed, but I'm still pushing through it. But if you add one more thing,
It's like a send you over.
everything, I mean, I will stop and shut down everything.
Oh wow.
I kind of.
I mean, but that's a lot of us that like you get so overwhelmed, you just kind of shut down.
Yeah, I gotta shut down.
So how do you take care of yourself vocally when you got so many events? It's like, what do you do, T?
I've always been a tea person, right?
Yeah.
And then I try to stay off the phone because if I get on the phone, I'm more than likely gonna laugh. I'm gonna be cracking up. And so, a lot of times, like, I'll lose my voice from laughing, talking loud.
Yeah.
And so I have to monitor that. And so I just kind of will shut down and kind of, I don't know, just listen to music. Sometimes I scroll, but sometimes I read too.
Okay.
So if I can get into one of those spaces where I'm just doing that one thing,
Uh-huh.
then I can like refuel or whatever.
I got you.
Mhm.
So the full-time musician part, because you want to go back to that. The full-time musician, there's a difference between being full-time musically and making sure everything is taken care of. Then you have those that have the 9 to 5, and then they do the music side.
Mm-hmm.
So you say you still do a 9 to 5?
I'm still doing 9 to 5.
And you do the music.
And
How do you make that balance work? Because there's a lot of us that can't. I do it as well, but there's a lot of us that can't do that.
Yeah. I still like the security of having that 9 to 5 or that every day, like that. I know that check is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
I like that security because going back to the market, as we said, the market has its peaks and valleys. It has its rise and fall. So it can be a season where you are booked back to back to back to back. But like you said, you have to watch that because the instrument you're using is your body.
Yes.
This is not like, I'm not picking up a horn. I'm not picking up a string. I'm not picking up sticks. I'm not doing any of that. My body is my instrument.
That's right.
And so when you push your body through, past certain limits, it will shut you down. If you don't shut you down, you know what I'm saying? And so it can get dangerous. And anything can happen. I think that's a strong faith for people who are those full-time musicians, because you can be in the middle of your run. You know what I'm saying? Like you
have the elevation season, then it's like a season where it's like, whew.
Exactly.
It's like it just kind of slows
and
down a little bit.
if you don't prepare in your peak for your valley, then you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not saving, if you're not, paying up the responsibility things or whatever, or putting money aside, when you get to those valleys, it's like you're scavenging, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
For your responsibilities that you got to take care of. And then also, if something just so happens to your body, you get COVID, you get sick, you have to have some kind of procedure, surgery done, whatever, anything can happen. And so I think the point that I was trying to, when I said I wanted to put a pin in the full-time musician, I think that might be because we have a few full-time musician artists.
We do.
And I think that and we have some who are still those full,
Right.
work and then
Work and then do music.
And I think that, they're always going to have to work. Like you said,
Yeah.
So the full-time musicians, they have to have something going all the time.
Right.
Right. And which you got to respect that. But then you got the people who come in who, still want to do stuff. And you got all these, everybody coming together at once. That's when the market gets so congested. You be like, oh, Lord.
Yeah,
everybody want to do something right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it feels like that, but that's not necessarily what it is. Everybody just doing what they normally regular do.
Right.
Right? Like the full-time working musician is always going to be booking themselves.
That's right.
That's what they do that's their job. That's their 9 to 5. So they ain't got no point. They have no choice but to book themselves.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter.
That's their bread and butter. And then you got people who, do both and they're like, oh, I got an idea I want to do it around this time. I think it's just like one of those perfect storms. So it's like it's like one of those things that's kind of inevitable. And I don't think our market is the only market that suffers
it's
from that.
Definitely
I'm
not.
sure
we have talked about that
before. You go down the road, down the street to Dallas or down up the street, whatever, to Memphis, and everybody has that same problem.
It's definitely not just Arkansas.
People got to work because they got to work.
Yeah.
And then you got people who want to do something, and they try to take advantage of it. And so instead of it being like, okay, let's yield to them. It's just, I think that's just a fine thing because that's one of them topics that just gonna go on and on and on to the break of dawn because it is enough going on out here so that we all can eat.
Right.
But like I said, when we are catering to a very similar specific demographic, the audience gets fatigued.
They do.
So we just got to make sure. I think that to help with that is when artists can switch it up and do any and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Or collab.
Yeah, absolutely. Man,
when we can collab.
We can collab.
That.
Yes.
Everybody can collab.
Yes. Absolutely.
Everybody can collab.
That's a way of switching it up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Collab.
Switch it up a little bit. Yes,
you ain't got to be by yourself all the time.
You
can collab.
Now let me, okay.
That's a subject for another time.
Honey.
You can collab sometimes.
You can collab. And thank you, ma'am. You can collab. And then on top of that, be to such a standard that people don't mind collabing with you.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
That jumped so
before
fast.
we go, Crissy P also has music out. You want to tell them real quick about your music that you have out?
Yes. Okay. So I do have a single out. It is called Run. R-U-N. Run. And it's a play on letters and words. And it's literally asking the question, are you in? So
are you in?
Are you in or are you out?
And it's under Crissy P.
Crissy P.
Crissy P. Run.
Yes, Crissy P. Run. It's on Apple Music. I think it's on all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms? When did you release that one?
I released this in June of last year.
June of last year?
June
okay, so it's new.
Mm-hmm.
It's new. We need to go support.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go, I like to ask my guests all the time, who is in your playlist? Like if we was to go to a Crissy P playlist, who is some artists that you were listening to? Like who are your top 5 artists? It ain't gotta be gospel, it ain't gotta be secular, it can be a mixture. But who are your top 5 artists that you actually listen to, like your influences? Who is somebody that you just are always listening to on a day-to-day basis?
I'm a big Ty Tribbett fan.
We love Ty Tribbett. Shout out Ty Tribbett.
Ty Tribbett, like he just gets you up and going.
Oh, yeah,
like
he does, every
especially
time.
like first thing in the morning. It don't matter if it's his worship music or if it's everybody clap it up like this.
Yeah.
Listen, I swear, we up. And so he's on my list. I'm a big fan of Moonchild. I love Moonchild. They're a good sultry group. Shaka Khan is gonna always be on my list.
Shaka Khan.
Who else is on my list? I like Meg Thee Stallion. Sometimes she
Meg
get me
Thee
high.
Stallion.
She get me high. I'm all over the spectrum, honey. You ain't no telling what you gonna get.
That's why I said any artist. So that's 4. You got one more.
I got one more. Badu.
Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu. Are there any artists you could see yourself collabing with in the future? Like, or if you just had a chance to collaborate with any artists on any kind of like main stages or anything?
Any main stage artists? Bless you. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know because the people who I want to collab with, they done left us. They done gone on.
Oh, well, who is it? You can
Whitney,
Luther. Oh man,
Stevie,
yeah. Okay, you going way back.
Like I would love
Stevie
to.
ain't gone. Stevie still here.
Well, no, not Stevie. Stevie's still here. Yeah, but Michael,
Luther, Whitney. Yeah. All
I
of
would
them.
love to. Prince.
Yeah.
I would love to have collaborated with them. Yeah. If I could collab with Stevie now, okay, he's still here. Yeah, definitely. Anita Baker, Layla. Now, who you know what? And this because especially because it's fresh on my mind. But who I'm ready to collaborate with is DJ Wade.
All right, there's a plug in. Harold Wade Jr.
We talked about it last
DJ
night.
Wade.
We just every time we see each other.
Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah,
He's so good.
I would love to
Bring
see
him
that
on,
too.
Keena. Bring him on.
He's coming.
Yeah.
I would love that.
For sure.
Y'all, this has been amazing here at my sister Crissy P for the second episode. Thank you for being a part of Conversations with Coleman. Listen, like I said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Make sure you let the people know that Conversation with Coleman is still going. I know everybody's been asking when we gonna do another episode, but here it is, the second episode. So you guys tune in, join in. Thank you again for being a part, Crissy. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys on next time. Thank you so much.